Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a reading on your next relationship and what messages the cards have for you on it. So we have three different groups to pick from today. For group one, we have the pink fluorite. For group two, we have the malachite. And for group three, we have the red jade. We did get pretty different messages for each group. And as always with any reading in general, but especially when it comes to relationships or love, always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you need more time to pick a group, you can go ahead and pause this. Otherwise, the timestamps will be listed below. I do have a new setup for right now since we're in the process of moving. Yeah, the cards gave us some really interesting messages, some really specific things too for people. So if there's a reading that you start going through and it's not feeling like it's for you, go ahead, come back here, pick a different group, because like I said, they were all pretty different today, but very interesting and exciting to do a love reading finally. So enjoy your reading. Okay, so if you chose group one or the pink fluorite, then this reading is yours. So let's learn a little bit more on your next relationship. We'll start off with some tarot cards. So you have the Four of Pentacles, the Tower, don't freak out, the King of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. All right. Okay, so I definitely think, all right, so this might be applying to either yourself, this next partner, when you meet them or when you start dating, or potentially you both could be going through something similar, but I definitely think someone, again, you have the Tower, right? So some type of really like sudden emotional upheaval, and potentially whatever this is, yeah, potentially whatever this is kind of leaving, again, either you or this person when you meet them, to be in a state of almost accepting things a certain way because of a past event or something that's currently going on, guarding your heart a little bit. And almost, I'm getting this message of, this is a love that I accept, and what can happen. Like, this is all, I'm getting like, this is the love that I know to accept. However, when you have the King of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles, so really, I'm getting kind of a lot right now, sorry. I think that when you start meeting this person or dating this person or taking things to the next step, there's going to be some things to work through because of an event or a happening in one or both of your lives. And I think that it's going to cause you to have to work through some things. However, that being said, you also have the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. And I also, too, I love that both of these cards have grapes in them. Kind of really ties it together for me that this relationship is going to be really abundant, is going to be really loving. There's going to be so much, I was going to say, reward. And I think it's going to come from this hard work. I think that there is going to be work in this next relationship, in your relationship, to kind of get to this place of acceptance, of love, of, I really get just like accepting this love that's coming into your life through this next relationship. But I do think it's going to be a really successful relationship. Again, this may be something that is long lasting. This person could be your soulmate, could be the one. It could also just be a really nice relationship that you both grow through. I say grow through, that's funny. Go through and grow. Grow through. I like that. This relationship you're going to grow through. But yeah, I definitely think that there is going to be A lot of payoff from this relationship. Again, could be long-standing love, but could also just be some like personal growth, some realization that yes, like right now you're the Four of Pentacles, or this other person is the Four of Pentacles coming into this relationship, but together you become the King and the Nine of Pentacles, where you have all of this like abundance and power and like what's the word I'm looking for? Maturity almost through this relationship. You've developed this. You've now grown together. You have, worked to have this relationship where you're both happy, you're both, and again, the King of Pentacles, I love, this is probably my favorite King card. Still very rooted, enjoys things in life that they've worked for. And Nine of Pentacles, I've talked about this in one of my old readings. I love this card. I love everything to do with like vineyards, grapes. You see like this nice little like chateau off on the mountainside. I want to be this card right here. So this is a really nice card to get for your relationship. Overall, I think it is going to be a really, really successful one and just bring that strength that you both need right now. Awesome. So I'm going to push these up here, and then I do want to pull a card specifically to push this one here, specifically to see what it is that you're going to need to work through. I love this deck. It's a little bit, I use it more for its Macabre Tarot deck. Comes in a coffin. I'll show it off in one of my Halloween like deck reviews. I love this deck. It does tend to I use it for more of shadow work or things where you need to reflect a little bit more on. So hold a card on what could be maybe an obstacle or something that you're going to have to work through in this relationship. Six of Daggers. Yep. Okay. So definitely you need to move forward. I'm getting like this relationship. You're going to need to move forward in this relationship kind of into a new territory that might be a little unknown for you both. And oh gosh, okay, yeah, this message came. Leave things in the past. Could be tying back into like the Tower and Four of Pentacles energy of like you need to let go of something. And I like the Tower card when it comes to like being able to rebuild, right? That Phoenix rising from the ashes energy. And I think with the Six of Daggers, this really talks about in this relationship needing to let go of something from your past to then be able to move forward and to have that really nice growth, right? Next, we'll move on to some cards that talk just about what your relationship is going to be like. So we'll start off here. We have our Woodlands Wardens card, and you have the Duck and Chrysanthemum, luck. I like that. This card talks about, I like that too with actually your Pentacle cards over here of what happens when, what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And also just being open to new situations. Things come, like good luck is just around this corner. So I think that this relationship is just around the corner for you. Just make sure that you're open to it. Make sure that things from your past aren't going to hold you back to saying yes, to being open to, talking to this person, meeting this person, going on a date, taking that next step in a relationship, exploring things, right? We also pulled a Moonology card for you. I mean, yeah, just release the past. Something in the past you both need to work through in this relationship to have a really nice, successful, loving, and abundant relationship together. And then for your Lover's Oracle card, I mean, this card, you're just melting into each other, right? And of course, passion. So magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. I like too that this card says enjoy it. To me, this gives off, again, kind of similar energy of what I was getting from that Four of Pentacles. I'm getting this message of like, you've earned this happiness. Don't just accept what you have in the past, right? You have earned this. So enjoy it. Be happy. Enjoy each other. Have fun. The love that's coming to you, you have earned this, right? You have worked hard for this. So yeah, just enjoy, I mean, this imagery, right? Enjoy this. Have fun. Next, we have our last two on your relationship, and then we'll move on to some cards about this other person. So we have Whispers of Love. You have two relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. This card actually came up in a recent, I think, in one of the groups for the May reading. So if you watched that reading and you pulled that one too, I think this is definitely your reading. And this card just talks about if you're putting out the same energy, you're going to be attracting the same energy. So this card talks about a need for a change to attract something new. Look to your inner, look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. I like that too. I also like that it says it takes strength to recognize the need for change. And this talks about looking towards your inner strength and being stronger than you realize. So I definitely think that there is some type of past trauma, past relationship, an experience, a mentality that needs to be let go of and worked through. However, your cards definitely talk about it can happen. You have earned it. You have that strength, right? You have that power. You have that ability to make this happen. You have, yeah, I'm just getting like you have what it takes to get the relationship that you're looking for, that you want. It's right there. It's right around the corner. It is there for you. You are ready for this. You just need to, again, I'm getting work through things. And I think together too. This card definitely talks about communicating with your partner. So what is it, right, that you need to work through? Or if they want to talk to you about what they need to work through, what makes them happy, what they like in relationships, what they're looking for, what they're not looking for, and really being reciprocal and listening on both ends is going to give the highest, I don't want to say payoff, like it's but it's going to bring about the most happiness, the best change, right? All right, so then we pulled some cards to learn more about this person. Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna push these together, make some more room. Okay, perfect. So we have the Solitary Witch Oracle. You have Magical Manifestation. Also, just how beautiful is this card? For your Threads of Fate, you actually had two pop up. Take Risk and Power. Put these here for them. And then lastly, we pulled a Spirit Animal card, and they have Dragon, Supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shape shift at your will. Mastery is at your destiny. Rise with dignity. So yeah, this person definitely could be in touch with like their magical side or just a very like spiritual side. Some practices that they like to do, whether that's burning incense, they have crystals, they do love, I mean, they might be into tarot as well. I definitely think this person is an old soul, very wise, right? I like that they have take risks, so that could be that maybe this push that they have, dog's hair off of there, or that they're the risk taker. Also could be that this relationship is a little risky. Could be maybe like through work or society or what have you, right? Every relationship, I feel like there's always someone who's going to judge you for it, but take that risk, right? That's also, I feel like, what this is talking about, of needing that change, letting go of things to move forward. Let go of the past, go into that unknown, take that leap. But I definitely think that this person is very, very strong. And I say that in not necessarily like a physical way, they could be, but I'm just getting mentally. I think that this person is someone who will do what it takes to make things happen. I think they work hard and that they dream really big. I do still think they're strong or grounded, excuse me. But yeah, they have this really nice, I mean, you have the power card, right? But I think a really nice strength to them. Love that. But yeah, I really think that this is a very needed relationship for both of you. And I think regardless of the outcome, regardless of how long this relationship lasts, you both are going to grow so much. And there are going to be so many things that you learn from this, that you come out of it a better person, both of you. I think you both meet each other at a time when you both need it the most. And it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be a really successful and a really abundant relationship, but it's going to produce a lot of love, right? A lot of passion, but a lot of love. Oh, very exciting. Yeah, this is going to be a really nice relationship for you both. And I'm really, really excited because it sounds like you or them or both of you really need this person to come into your life. But it sounds like it's just around the corner. And that as long as you're willing to take that step, take kind of like that risk, that jump into the unknown, and let go of the past, let go of some things that might hold you back, that this will be a very, very, very successful and fulfilling relationship. So I do want to get just a couple more cards. We are going to use the Cards of Time, I believe is what this deck is called. And we're just going to kind of divvy them up into 3 different categories that they have. So we're going to get one for the sign. That could be for your next partner in your next relationship for group 1. This one wanted to. Cancer. All right, then we also have the day of the week that might be important to your next relationship. Group 1. Both of these felt right, so we'll just get 2. So you have Thursday and Wednesday. You also have number 4 twice. And then the number 5. And then lastly, we will just get a number for group 1's next relationship. Oh my gosh. Okay, 4. So definitely number 4, some type of significance in your relationship. Could be maybe the month of April, could be in 4 weeks, 4 months, 4 days. You do have 4 weeks on here twice, so potentially in 4 weeks is when you meet this person, or when, that relationship starts to develop. You have Cancer, so that could be their sign, could be the energy that they have. Wednesday and Thursday could be maybe potential significant dates, or days, I should say, for you in this next relationship. Could be the 4th is when you meet this person. Yeah, some type of 4. I mean, clearly is very significant for this relationship. But lastly, let's see. Yes, okay, last thing I have to do is just flip over your pink fluorite. So this is guidance, ease, and comfort. Pink fluorite mends pieces of the soul, reintegrating its fragment to make you whole again. Sometimes we get lost along our journeys, and pink fluorite can assist us in coming back home to our true selves. Love that. Staying present inside your body, acknowledging and accepting each moment as it is, and detaching yourself from outcomes are helpful practices amplified by using pink fluorite. This stone helps ease despair. I like that when you have the Tower card there, giving you a surge of comfort and confidence that you have what it takes to make it through life's challenges. I think this is a perfect card for you. You also have Pisces here, so that could also be another significant part in your relationship coming up. Love that. Wonderful. Almost forgot that I do want to use the pendulum. I'm going to go ahead and set this up. I'm going to have to put it off center so that I can use that without it hitting my camera. All right, so go ahead, think of a yes or no question that you have about your next relationship. Pause this if you do need some more time to think of that yes or no question. Otherwise, we will get started for group ones. All right, that looks like a pretty quick no. So whatever the question was, looks like the answer the pendulum had was no. Move this out of the way. But yeah, it looks like this will be a very pleasant and successful relationship for you. And until next time. Okay. So if you chose group 2 or the Malachite, then this reading is yours. Let's learn a little bit more on your next relationship. So we'll start off with the tarot cards. So we have, first up, the Queen of Pentacles. Next we have the Devil. Don't freak out. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely don't freak out that the Devil's here in your reading. Yeah, last group had the Tower in the reading and it all worked out, so don't panic. All right, so with this, I definitely see this relationship being a building block for you. I think, okay, you know what it is? I think that this next relationship, this person in your next relationship is going to bring some things to light for you. Things that maybe you didn't know were there, or you did and you've just kind of been ignoring it or pretending, things are fine. They're going to pull it forward and they're going to bring it to the attention and force you to kind of work through some things. With the 8 of Pentacles here, the message coming through of, right, like building this road, right, to this home, to just getting this as like the end. And this is the start, the groundwork, kind of like the catalyst that comes along that forces you to kind of start working on these things to become the person, I want to say a better person, because that makes it sound like you're not already. However, I think that there are some things that you need to address. So potentially it could be in a love reading, maybe learning how to set better boundaries, or, right, you have the Devil here. So there could be some things where there is some form of like control that you need to learn to let go of, or bad habits even, right, that you want to get rid of, or this relationship makes you realize, oh, I didn't realize, this was really affecting, me, myself, my partner this much. Let me take some time and look deep inside, right? Like you have this High Priestess here. So I definitely think there will be some really nice like wisdom coming forward, some enlightenment. But definitely there's going to be some work to put in for yourself, right? It's not going to be a quick magical fix to instantly like, all right, now problem solved. I am the best partner in the world and I'm putting out the best energy. I'm going to get the best energy. There's some work that's going to need to be done. This relationship's going to force you to realize some things, but I definitely think that it's laying the groundwork. And I know this isn't probably what anyone wants to hear when they're looking for their next relationship and hoping that it's this, the one. However, this relationship here is 100% needed to happen. And the things that you learn from this relationship, and again, this might be something that isn't necessarily, I don't want to say like you have to work on yourself. It could even just be learning what you don't want in your partner, or how to ask for things that you do want in a partner, or the relationship itself that you're looking for, right? So I don't necessarily want you to think, oh, I need to change. That might not take what resonates, right? So if the devil popped up and you knew exactly like, oh, this habit in a relationship, I need to learn to, look into it. This is definitely asking you to do some reflection. I love this devil card here with like, it looks like a giant mirror. And so I definitely, with this card specifically, think it asks you to do some reflection onto what this could be. What are some things that you might need to work on in a relationship? Or again, with yourself, or with asking of others. Maybe it is learning to set those boundaries, or to speak up when you want something in a relationship. So overall, let's get some more cards. Don't want you to freak out. However, this is going to be that relationship, that catalyst that pushes you forward, makes you into the person that when the one comes along, right, like your twin flame, your soulmate, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're looking for as your end goal, when that comes along, you will be ready, and you will look back, even if it might not feel like it at the time. You'll look back and be like, oh yes, that relationship, I needed to learn those things. I needed to go through those experiences so that when this person came along into my life, it worked, right? Like, let's get some more cards, because I feel like I could go into this for a while. I'll move these up here and we'll start pulling some more. All right, so then specifically with my Macabre deck, tends to be a little bit more of a great deck for like shadow work, what like you really truly need to, might not be wanting to think of or look into. So this seems like a good one. Let's see what card came out for. I asked specifically any like obstacles or what is going to need to be worked on with this relationship. And you have the Two of Bones, or Two of Wands. And specifically with this deck, the Two of Bones really talks about, it's time for you to move forward, but you need to do so with a plan, and to really be prepared to deal with things as you move forward, which I think is a really nice message to go along with the rest of your tarot cards, that yes, this relationship is going to move you forward. However, make sure you're prepared. Make sure that you're prepared to work on things. And if things come up, that you're going to put in that hard work. You're going to take that time, at that reflection. You're going to kind of pull from that inner wisdom and learn and grow. I also pulled some cards talking about the relationship in general. So you did have two cards come out for your Woodland Wardens. So you have the Fox and Ivy, adaptability, and the Weasel and Pine, introspection. Yeah, so definitely I think that this relationship is going to bring about a lot of going to teach you, this relationship is going to teach you a lot about yourself. And I think it's going to be nice in terms of adjusting, right? Like, along with that Two of Bones, of moving forward. It's time to move forward, but be prepared to deal with things, right? You're going to have to adapt to things as they come up, and take time and reflect on it. I feel like reflecting on things is going to be a really big lesson for you in your next relationship. This card can also ask how can I better understand and respect myself? And then for your love oracle that came up, I also just love that image with the question that pops up with introspection, loving yourself, right? It says, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So I definitely think this relationship is going to give you answers. It's going to give you answers you're looking for. Whatever that may be, I think this relationship coming up is going to push you in that right direction, where even if you don't know exactly what kind of relationship is your dream relationship, I think this one is going to force you to realize it and how to plan for it, right? Your Moonology card coming up here, let's see. You have It's Time to Take Action. Yeah, so this card, definitely think, actually, you know what? Do you want to read from it really fast? Let's see. It has really nice alternative, because this card does talk about, of course, new moons bring about the new beginnings, especially with Aries. Let's see. Determination, self-assertion, and bravery are called for, but the hot fire of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor you're asking about. The caution, don't go too fast and forget your manners. Treat people well as you charge towards your goal. You'll create better karma for yourself. Don't think about giving up. Do your best and be happy with that. I like that. Avoid being brash right now. You need a 12-month plan. I like that in terms of knowing that you're going to have to, right? Oh, especially with the Two of Bones, of planning, being adaptable, right? I think it's a really nice time for you in this relationship to think ahead, to get to that point where you're not just thinking short term. Even if this relationship doesn't work out for you, or you're the next one after that, or whatever, I think it's a nice time to start thinking more long term into, all right, well, if this is happening now, what's going to happen in 12 months? Or, if this is the kind of life I want, how can I get to that point, right? I think that's a really nice. And then it says, a new male is coming into your life. If male is not your preferred partner, then I think that's just a really nice, like, male energy coming about. Or potentially this new male is going to then bring someone into your life of the preferred gender that you're looking for. So it could just plainly be as that, as you have a new male coming in and they are going to bring forth this change in one way or another, whether they are your partner or they bring forth your next relationship, right? And then lastly, for your relationship, the last two cards we have on those before we move into more specifics about your partner are your Whispers of Love. That's funny. This is actually, I swore I shuffled a billion times in between readings. Group one also had this. If someone's listening from group one, then definitely this card is a message for you. So look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. And spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So with these two cards specifically, I really think that there is going to be a deep connection with this next relationship, right? So whether or not this ends up being the one or working out, I think you are going to have a connection with this person. But more than that, I think this is a nice reminder that everything is happening for a reason. This relationship is going to happen for a reason. And it's going to help you learn a lesson that then will help, like, deepen your life, right? I love this imagery of, like, the road. I know it's like a connection between the two people up to the castle, even staircase, like a lot of imagery about staircases, roads leading up to a house, winding paths. So I think this is just another one of those paths that's going to lead you to where you need to be. And then with the look to your inner strength. I really think that with this too, actually, what just came through is, for someone, you might be trying to control too many external things in your life before you're looking inward. Yeah, that message just came through that maybe there's someone out there who's trying to do a little too much, we'll say like too much on paper and not enough introspection. We'll use this word for, it's slipping my mind. But working on yourself or having to take kind of that emotional toll and battle. That's not really the right words I want to use, but yeah, definitely for someone out there, I think it could be that potentially this devil card is talking about a little too much control that you're trying to exert, when really what you need to be doing is taking a step back and looking inward, really focusing on deepening your connection with yourself, with your relationship with relationships, right? All right, what I'm going to do is we have a few more cards, so I'm going to just move these over a little bit. Give me a second. All right. And we have a few more cards, and these are specifically I asked about your partner. So for your solitary witch, the releasement. All right. Do you want to actually read on that one? Again, this is if you've listened to my other readings recently, you'll know this is my newest Oracle deck. I have not actually pulled this one in a reading yet, so let's see what it has to say. All right, it says, as the darkness grows and lengthens, there will be changes, even separations. You too, dear witch, are being asked to be more responsible, serious, earnest, and honest with yourself. Whether it is the autumn equinox or any other time when this card comes up, we are asked to become more independent, to think for ourselves, and to be of help to those who are vulnerable. Meanings can be dedication, energy, independence, intelligence, practicality, self improvement, higher standards, making peace, justice, airing grievances, and being sure of where one stands with another. Interesting. I want to get the rest of your cards actually for your partner in your next relationship. Again, you had two cards. So you had the universe and the magi. I'm also kind of getting as above, so below vibes from these. Okay. And then you had two spirit animal cards come out for your partner. Ooh, fox. You had fox twice. Okay. And dolphin play. All right. I like all your cards. I won't cover any of them, but we're going to do that for now. All right. So I definitely think that this person is going to definitely think this person's put into your life for a reason. I also think that this person could be, how do I want to say this? Kind of have like an illusionist or trickster energy, but I say that with the foxes here of almost this person that comes along with your next relationship is really adaptable, is really clever, is kind of mischievous, kind of a little sneaky, but I don't think it's with malintent. And I think they're going to bring forth that lesson to you as well of how to be a little bit more adaptable, of how to maybe navigate things in a way that, yeah, it says, you are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. I like that too with the Queen of Pentacles. And be open to romance. So this person could be coming along into your life to teach you how to how to solve problems faster, maybe. Listen to your instincts, right? They have the dolphin as well, so this person's very playful. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. So yeah, there could be some control, some that someone's needing to let go of. And this person's really adaptable, really go with the flow and kind of helps you break from that rigidness potentially. I think this person is going to help you find some peace too. Actually, when I'm getting a message for For someone out there, this person is going to also help you find some peace in being alone. Because I think for some of you, this could be a relationship where that you get into potentially because you are looking for a relationship, but you're not necessarily ready just yet for, right, the one. And so I really think that this person could just be the next relationship for you. And they are going to be there to teach you how to be okay with being alone and that it's not as bad as it seems. You're truly not alone. There are so many wonderful things you have in your life that if you just kind of have this pause, this deep connection within yourself, it's going to allow you to have that really nice growth into your other relationships and your future relationship, right? Very interesting. Yeah, for some of you, this could be a relationship that is purely there to kind of make you take a break from, I'm getting almost either going from relationship to relationship or constantly wanting to search for a relationship and learning to be okay with being by yourself. But that's not to say that you're going to stay alone forever. It's purely just to take that pause. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Either way, this relationship is needed for you to happen. Whether it ends up being the one, there's some definitely potential here for it just to continue on, right? Continue all the way to that house, to the end with this person. But I think for a lot of you, it is just going to be a nice starting. I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning. This is going to be the catalyst that propels you towards your end goal, your person. At the end of the road, what you're looking for, this next relationship is going to be the start of that. Let's go ahead and get a couple cards real fast. So I divvied up my cards of time into the 3 different categories really that they have. So let's start finding, let's see, whoops, should have looked before what this is. All right. Number that is significant to group 2's next relationship. Group 2's next relationship. All right, you have 6. Next, we'll go ahead and we'll get a sign. Oh, okay, that one wanted to turn right over. Taurus. We also have 2. And lastly, we will get a day of the week that is important to group 2's next relationship. Dogs are being very vocal right now. Group 2. This one. Friday. Okay. Finally, something just let go. 2 6s. All right. All right. So 2, 6, and 6. These could be maybe June 2nd, June 6th, 6 weeks, 6 days, 6 months from now, 2 weeks, 2 months. Taurus could be the person coming into your life, or they're just bringing that energy with them. Friday, something important happening on a Friday. But play around with it. These are for fun. Always love seeing what it could, any combinations that could come up with that. But yeah, Friday and a Taurus, number 6 and number 2. And then lastly, let's go ahead and just flip over your card for your Malachite. So it says, cleanse trauma, intensity, and transformation. Malachite takes no prisoners, at least with your spiritual journey. Got the spiritual connection going on here. A powerful conduit for energy, Malachite cleanses the emotional body of trauma, whether from this life or past life. A teacher of emotional responsibility, Malachite asks that you take accountability for your feelings and helps you release patterns that no longer serve you. Look deep within the worlds and patterns of Malachite to access other dimensions within yourself. Explore different timelines and hidden messages, bringing your subconscious to light. It also has Scorpio and Capricorn, so this could be important in your relationship as well. And lastly, I always forget when I want to do this, but we will use the pendulum, like I said at the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and set it just a little off-centered so it doesn't hit the camera. But think of a yes or no question. And we will go ahead, pause this if you need some more time, but we will start off with group 2 for their next relationship. All right, asking you to rephrase. So whatever question you were, let's go ahead and try it again. Maybe try switching up the words a little bit, making a little more vague, a little more specific, depending on what you asked. Go ahead for group 2, next relationship. Definitely hear my dog dreaming right now. Two's next relationship. Group 2's next relationship. Okay, no. All right, so if you're asking a question about your next relationship, then the answer to that is no. All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this reading. Like I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And until next time. So if you chose group 3 or the red jade, then this reading is for you. So let's go ahead and see what your tarot cards have to say first. So for your relationship, starting off, we have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, the Fool, and Knight of Cups. All right. So yeah, I definitely think that this person is very adventurous, very passionate, very determined, almost sometimes comes across a little brash. And I think they're definitely going into this relationship, especially starting off. I'm curious what your oracle cards have to say too, but I definitely think they're going into this relationship with a more lighthearted, non-committal mindset. And you might be too. You both might be coming into this relationship wanting to have some new adventures, to go on, try different dates, explore, meaning like exploring passions, and right, with like the Fool energy here, just a very fresh start, new beginnings, whimsical, carefree. Let's go do it. You have 2 knights here too, swords and cups. So really interesting. You have, I feel like, this person and this energy, I'll say, in the relationship of wanting to move things forward, but not with a ton of, I'm going to say, like, substance there. That it's a lot of, here we go, that's the not someone who's really the best at following through on all of it, and everything that they come up with, or things that they planning is maybe not their strong suit, but they're really open for adventure. And so they might be like, okay, yeah, oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then they end up scheduling something else instead, but they're just as excited, and they didn't mean it in a bad way. It's more so that they're just so wanting to pursue a lot of things. But I definitely think there's a lot of potential and opportunity in this relationship. And I think it's a really fascinating one too. I think this relationship is very, when you stop and look at it, it's going to bring about a lot of things to actually have substance within, if that makes sense. However, I do think you have the Nine of Swords here too. I do think that there's going to be some fear, either with this relationship or just that you're needing to work through, either you, this person together, both of you. But I think that there's some fear potentially holding you back. or that's just kind of underlying, I think. Like I get this, especially with like this Nine of Swords here. A lot of like when you or potentially this other person is alone, that's when this fear creeps up, right? It's not something throughout the day. Maybe you put on this fun, adventurous, but then at the silence of night, these deeper fears or anxieties creep up. I'm curious what your, let me pull open your next. So I pulled some cards. Two of them came up from my Macabre Tarot deck. I use this one when I want a little bit more of like shadow work or some deeper reflection that's needed. So I'll move these over. So I pulled these cards specifically asking what obstacles will you need to overcome in this next relationship. You had two pop up. So you have Three of Daggers or Three of Swords and 10 of Cups. Okay, you know what this is? Either there was some heartbreak that's happened to you in a relationship that was really, you thought it might have been the one, or it was just a really happy relationship. So you thought, and then it ended in heartbreak. Or you're afraid of that happening. Even if it hasn't happened, you're afraid of that happening. You're afraid of, I think, getting hurt again, of having this relationship, which honestly seems really fun and exciting, and kind of building up that heart and truly giving it to someone because of fear of heartbreak. So I feel like what you'll have to work through in this relationship, if you do want the best outcome, is being okay with it potentially ending in heartbreak, but going along and enjoying this relationship that you're going to have with this person. I'm going to do some organizing really fast and just move these cards up since you do have a lot of them coming up. All right, I can readjust this if we need more space, but I'm going to pull some cards, some oracle cards on just what your relationship will be like. So starting off for your Woodlands, Wardens, an ending. Ooh, you know what? I like that card with what you need to overcome, because I feel like this relationship is going to bring an ending for you. However, what kind of ending, we don't know. Could be an ending to this relationship, could be heartbreak, right? Could also be an ending to this chapter in your life, right? This single chapter, this, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Could be an ending on closing a book on, dating other people, and this is the last person, and you have, that is the ending there for you, but you don't know. And I think that's what's going to be a scary thing potentially, but this relationship will bring an ending for you. It is up to you to decide if you want to kind of overcome this fear, this anxiety potentially, and just kind of give in almost to this relationship and see what happens. Really interesting. Okay, let's get some. We have your Whispering of Love oracle cards. You had two come up. Actions speak louder than words. Express your love through actions. In the matter of the heart, there's more going on than meets the eye. So yeah, I definitely think this person, they have two Knight cards too in your reading. I think this person is very much so someone who shows their affection through doing things, as opposed to necessarily, they might not always communicate clearly or express their feelings that way, but you will find that they do a lot of things, even if they're a lot of little things. I think that's a great thing for you to reciprocate if that's not your style of love language. And then also too, with the matter of a heart, I think that this is happening for a reason. Even if it seems like right now it might not be like a non-serious relationship, you're both just in it to have fun, to hang out with someone, meet someone new potentially. There's more going on, and you need to make sure that you just take some time and figure it out. Then we have your Lovers Oracle, you had 2 pop out as well. Look at that. New beginning, a new adventure awaits. I love that with your Fool card. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. You also have embrace. Through each other, you find missing pieces. Yes. Definitely love those cards for this relationship. And then lastly, for your relationship, before we get specifics on this other person, you have your Moonology card. Believe in the impossible. Blue Moon. All right, so I definitely feel like this is, I think that this card is a nice reminder that anything can happen. Even if you're afraid of the worst, it's telling you, of course, with your other cards, overcome that. Stop letting that hold you back. Believe that, this, if you're looking for the one right now, believe that that could happen. If that's not what you're looking for, but there's something else that you're like, man, this relationship, having this kind of relationship would be great, but probably not going to work out for me. Don't believe in it, right? This is also, I feel like, a card that talks about like it's a rare opportunity coming your way. And this does actually talk about specifically that the person coming into your life is a rare find. So don't miss up on it, because this is definitely going to be a nice opportunity for you. And moving on, we do have some oracle cards to give some more insight on this person. So starting off with your Solitary Witch Oracle, they have, and sometimes she changes. So I definitely think that this person, even though they might start off potentially as a relationship that is a little more casual or just there for, I would say, like the new adventure that it brings, that's not necessarily to say that it's not going to develop into something deeper. And that through time, through, building that relationship, expressing your emotions, that this isn't going to develop into something deeper, and this person isn't going to become more in touch with, I want to say, we'll say, take away from like the actions speak louder than words, and more in touch with the word side of it. I know that's not really making sense, but becoming more in touch with their emotions rather than their actions, if that makes sense. For your Threads of Fate Oracle card, they have compassion. Yeah, so this person, even if they seem like they might be kind of brash, kind of maybe a little, what's the word I'm looking for? We'll just say there for a good time and a little, when they go from like one thing to another without completely following through. There's a word for it, but deep down, they're doing everything from a place of well-meaning. If they maybe change up plans because they wanted to go do something else, or something, something else popped up and they forgot about whatever it was that was scheduled or what they said they would do, it's not that they're doing it from a, why are words not coming to me right now? They're coming from a place of well-meaning, of well intent. It just might not always translate that way at first, or until you kind of establish a little bit more of a solid foundation. But they are a compassionate person. They are kind. Everything they are doing, I get that they're not coming from this with like trying to be, this horrible person that just wants to cancel plans or change things up or have, just like a not follow through is kind of the message I'm getting. That's not their intent. And then lastly, for your spirit animals, they have Ladybug and Penguin. You had 2 pop up for them. They have Authentic and Good Luck. For the Penguin, it says, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectation. Just be yourself. And Ladybug, you are a bright energy. Let go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and life. So yeah, I definitely think that they are really, like Ladybug said, let go and be happy here and now. I think that's how they are. They are really all about living in the moment. However, there is that authentic side of them, that they are truly, again, that compassion is there. They are themselves. They're happy with that. And when they care for people, right, this family that they have here, all about it. that's at the deep part of their hearts, that's what's there with them. But on the outside, they might come across a little bit more here and now, I feel like is a good way to talk about this person. But even then, they're doing it joyfully. I'm getting like right that full. Oh, my dog's kind of walking over here. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. I should come sniffing around and not get scared when there's flames. But yeah, I definitely think that this person is a really, really kind person. They may sometimes come across, I'll just put this over here for now, a little brash, a little direct, sometimes lackadaisical almost at, certain things. But yeah, they're just like a really loving person. And actually, too, that might be part of what it is that they just love a lot of things. They love doing things. They love meeting people. They love going on new adventures. And so they're so full of this like enthusiasm and wonder that they get a little too focused sometimes on things that they forget about the other things that are going on, because they're like, all right, we're going to go start this. Now we're going to do this and we're going forward with this. And it may be a lot sometimes, but again, that's not to say that, this isn't going to develop into something potentially or grow into like a deeper, more calm, relaxed energy in this relationship. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a really like uh high energy, I would say, new beginning. Just make sure that you aren't holding yourself back because of some fear of something happening that you can't control. I mean, you can, right, in a relationship, but it's going to go one of two, like, I mean, it can go in a lot of ways, but like it's going to end in some way. It might just be that it's a breakup, or potentially it is like the long term and you're ending your single life or your, relationship in the aspect that it and it's developing into something more, right? So don't be afraid of that. Don't let that hold you back. Really interesting. Yeah. So let's go ahead. I do have some times of cards of time. There we go. And I divide them into 3 different categories, I guess, that are in this deck. So let's figure out for group 3. Important sign. Whoops, in their next relationship. Ooh, you also have Taurus. Group 2 had Taurus as well. And then let's go ahead and get a number for you. Significant number for group 3's next relationship. I did not want to go back in. 8. All right. And then lastly, we'll go ahead and get a day of the week that is important for group 3 in their next relationship. Sunday, 1. All right. So you have Taurus, Sunday, and 8. You also have 1, 2, and 8. 2 weeks, 2 months, 8 days, 8 weeks. So it could be day of meeting, birthday, play around with it. Could be January, February, August. Could be the 1st, the 2nd, the 8th. 1 week, 2 weeks, 8 weeks from now, 8 months from now. A lot of different possibilities. Have fun with it, play around, see if anything significant jumps out at you. We'll go ahead and get the pendulum out. So start thinking of your yes or no question you want to ask about this next relationship. Get that set up here. We're going to go ahead and put it just off to the side so I don't hit the camera. So again, pause this if you need some more time to think of a yes or no question. But we'll go ahead and get started. So for group 3, group 3's next relationship. Well, that was a quick one. All right, it looks like the answer to the question you asked was yes. Let's try to get it to fall down there. That works. Hopefully you had fun with this. Again, always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Oh my goodness, group 3, I do apologize. I forgot about your card here. I do want to read on your red jade really fast. So this has warrior, individual, and chi. It says unleash your inner warrior. Red jade is a stone. Red jade is a stone of power, able to release anger in constructive ways that solves problems. So it talks about enhancing your courage, protecting and inspiring you as you move forward, your day-to-day life. Use red jade when you're looking to have exponential results. Good luck is bestowed upon you, like that with your ladybug too. And you also have Aries here. All right, now that I went through this, end of your reading. Until next time.